Greetings, mortals. I am Nick, that's one of the rules of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Knights of the Apocalypse series, chapter 82, titled Each and Every Conflict. Well, not really each and every conflict. We're more focusing on the Percival's troop doing stuff, and they are having some form of conflicts. And when it comes down to it, the conflict is pretty much the same on all of them, even though I feel like they could probably just. Oh, it's like, I kind of have to question if you can really judge it as a problem and not just give it a rank up. I mean, like, I feel like with how many of the Holy Knights were just fine with worshipping the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, I feel like a lot of them would not have a problem. Oh, the you know what? We'll get into this as we go through the chapter. Let's just we'll get with this when the subject comes up with it. So yeah. Anyway, so let's get into this chapter. So if we first start with a page where it's just Percival, I guess. Well, he still has the cave. He still has the helmet gun. The elf. I guess his what Percival's only things that really remained throughout the story were, and we see his back as we had the note saying, "A great mission is carried on a tiny back." Which is true, is that we have in there also saying the hectic battle with King Arthur is over, and everyone has his or her own thoughts. Again, not really much about going through people's thoughts and reaction to all this. It's just kind of like people doing what they want. But anyways, we see the sun rising up as we see Anne yawning in her I want to say sleeping gown or sleeping outfit, but I think that the way people react to it, I'm guessing that it's like the normal outfit. It's probably like one of those outfits you like you can wear to bed as well as wear to everywhere. But anyways, Annie's yawning and she's like, "Yawn, so much happened yesterday. It has me exhausted. I swear, why do I have to sleep in bed with the boys?" Not gonna ignore the implication here. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys do have your separate rooms. It's just for some fucking reason you all fell asleep in one room. Anyways, there we see Anne looking aside as she's is slowly swinging her mace as so it's like yeah as she's there like ha and then Anne just notices it. It's all the yeah as then we have Anne saying, "You're training this early?" And then we have Isola stopping and looking to Anne. I guess the two kind of. I really do want to know why Anne is so frantic here with Isola, because especially because she's waving and everything, and now they're going to have a talk. Maybe after she kind of got the idea of what Isola's personality was, she realized like, yeah, Isola is nothing but just a big idiot, so it's nothing to worry about. So yeah, anyways, we have a few, a few of these, a few of these, bit of a tree. Someone going for a tree, as then we see a Soul and Talkers are like walking a bit. I guess his Soul has stopped their training for some reason. As then we have Soul saying, "I can't let any day go to waste. My duty is to protect Sir Trishan after all." Which again is kind of quite funny when you realize Trisha can like one shot her. Like I don't even think he can one shot her his most powerful his demon form. I think he can literally one shot in his god's form. They ever saw and saying, "Your duty is incredible." And they're saying, "Perhaps I should say I have no merit beyond getting myself in shape." As then we have Hisola saying again, "But in the end, it's because I'm so used to it I put Sir Tristan in danger." I am kind of curious if we are going to see Tristan's platoon in the when in the special. I mean, the first special. I mean, I believe the special is split in two parts, and considering that this character with conflict with the story, I feel like should be started up in those specials because again, like this kind of feel like out of the way because like I don't really think Sora has really been putting Tristan in danger that much. I guess you can kind of say with whole Melagalon saving her fingers, putting him in danger, but honestly, I feel like he's going to have to go to that form regardless. Like as if he was relying on the Lancelot purely. Anyways, then we have and saying, "You're not wearing your ribbon today." I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of things she's not wearing. Zoe's not wearing today. I'm not sure why she's not. Would that ribbon would be that special? Anyways, they have Isolde responding that it got tatted in yesterday's battle, but it's fine. I don't think it suited me either way. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get another one or get a new style. Like, I don't see why you have to stop with just one. Is there, I'm like, Isolde? And then we have Isolde like, getting all depressed. It's like, I've grown used to hearing it for ages now. That there's no point for a huge girl like me to bother with fashion. Yeah, that's not how the world works, my dear. As we have N being like, what kind of jerks? As they have Isola stopping by, she's like, but he was the only one who was different. He gave me that ribbon saying, I think this suits you. Well, to be fair, it does. Like, Soul does look good in that in that design. And as we see Soul starting to cry a bit, like, that's why even if another man takes my destiny away, even if I lose my right to love Sir Tristan, as long as I can continue to fight for Sir Tristan, that will be enough. Yeah, sure, it'll be enough. You definitely have to give me a different implication with crying like the way you are. So yeah. And again, like, is there like a reason why people are so against big girls in 7 cents? Like, it's the same thing with Diane. Like, these are bombshells. Just because they're giant just makes them bigger bombshells, nothing more. As if and be like, is there so and saying about it? I think you might have the wrong idea. As they will have, it's all be like, you don't understand. He thrusts his face, right up my skirt, until he starts sniffing me. So yeah, it's kind of like a little girl now. As they will have, and be like, see, a woman who loses her chastity when and then she tells it's all this, and then we have this all like face going bright red, and some smoke comes out of her, and then kind of steps away from it. Which I do believe Isola and Anna are supposed to be the same age. I do think it was confirmed that. I'm not sure about when their birthdays are, or if that was even confirmed yet, but I would not be surprised if Isola is, in terms of months, younger than Anne, but that's beside the point. Again, it's kind of funny how Isola is the child one, while Anne is more the big sis one. It would be even funny if they actually do start referring to one another like this, like Anne is the, like, bit with Anne saying, Leo says, so I'm guessing it would probably will also be like, big sis, tell me what to do. It would be hilarious. It could be fun if that's kind of what we are going with them. And with them, it's all like, no, I would never. If even Arden said Trisha did something so utterly shameless, I would bite off my own tongue, set myself ablaze, and throw myself after the tower to my death. Kind of funny how no one gave her the birds and the bees talk. Well, yeah, it's the person and beast talk, right? When comes to the explanation, because again, this is implied this is the first time she ever heard that. What kind of a sheltered life, or what kind of an parent and coloring parents did she have? I mean, Anne knows, and she is again the same age. And they were Anne saying to her, "Like I said, you had it all wrong." So yeah, and was there for Anne be like, "I'll be careful when Percival gets into mischief. So could you go easy on him too?" I mean, I guess now when she's aware that that wasn't at the same problem, I guess she would probably ease up a bit now. And be like, "It looks like that kid is just as clueless as you were. He'd grab a girl's breast without hesitation if they ride a horse together." Which I think which by Anne's face makes me think that's actually something that happened. Not sure if there was a scene like this in that happened. Like again, like maybe I have to reread it, but I don't think we've ever actually seen it. Although I would not be surprised if that is happening, which is indeed true. To be fair, first of all, the excuse of being on a giant mountain with only one other person there was so that Agams at least live with her parents for at least a bit of her lifetime, or in an orphanage or whatever. Again, we don't really know the families, and considering some other stuff we find about the Tristan Platoon's families, it's raises even more questions. But still, and they also be like, "Thank you." And then we have Isolde like giving her hand for a handshake. As they would have Isolde saying, "As a holy knight of Tristan's and Percival's platoons, let us give it our best together from now on." So I guess Isolde assumed that Anne was a holy knight. As they would have Anne saying about that, as they would have Isolde like, "What's wrong, Anne?" As Anne's like, "I'm not a holy knight." So yeah, I guess Isora was just kind of leaping to conclusions, which I mean, it's not a wrong thing, but still, it's not exactly the most accurate one. So yeah, there's gonna be like the conflict with Percival's platoon for this chapter. Anyways, then we cut to the Hendrickson's clinic because we have some girls there, well, some women there, being like, he has a patient this early. Yes, he looked like such a like a sweet guest. I mean, this is the woman that's wearing the white collar dress is probably the assistant Hendrickson has been talking to every time we're in the background because it sounds like she's there constantly. So yeah. Anyways, then we see Nazian's there. So his mouth is all covered with blood because he was so excited over all these medical books and all that he was biting it too much. As I'm not sure why that woman said patient though. Maybe just assumed. And with that, Nazian saying, although to be fair, there has been a lot of translation issues in this chapter of things that don't really work translation wise. So maybe that patient is actually just supposed to be a gas this early now, which makes more sense, especially because the fact she said, oh, sweet gas. So yeah. And with that, and I'd be like, Mr. Hendrickson, this is beyond amazing. Where and how can I get materials like yesterday's Demon World snake? So yeah. Oh, we don't have any. So yeah, that's kind of thing. Now we don't actually get any like revelations if there has been something weird with Milligan's body afterwards. Like I was theorizing, but who knows? Maybe we're gonna get them a bit later. Again, we could just literally just have them be like when they wherever they dump that body off, it popping out later or something. I'm not certain. Again, it's random. And it was just a theory, anyways. So yeah, I guess and I just want to get a bunch of random stuff. And it was there have no Andrew Xavier like moving a bunch of potions, which is kind of funny. He's basically like babysitting and then one a child there while he's working. And then we have Andrew saying, "Hold on, you're bleeding from your mouth. Are you okay?" And then another big, nothing to worry about. So yeah, and then I was like, no, it's a lot to worry about, which is true. I mean, okay, we know Nazin has this like thing where he bites his lip and stuff to the point he bleeds. But we not. But although to be fair, that has been a thing that hasn't been used that much as well. Like I think a lot. I feel like this is like I think this has always like happened like 3 or maybe 4 times in the entire story so far. But yeah, anyways, do we have? But yes, it is a absolutely annoying gag. But most people will not see it. All they see is the kid bleeding from his mouth constantly. So anyways, they have Frederick be like, His Majesty sometimes brings it as a souvenir when he comes home. I'm gonna say when he's having like family meetings with his brother. As we have Anderson saying, as a thank you, I often help out at His Majesty's store. Oh, you poor old man. And then we have Nazian's thinks of a Demon World snake as a coming home souvenir. Who does that sort of? Who does that sort of thing? Hey, don't judge me. I like these snakes. You like snakes, and we all like snakes. And also, now since you're the last one who should be judging people for weird habits. I mean, your mouth is literally bloody right now. And was there if Hendrix like doing something? I guess it's kind of like chopping stuff down. It's like, either way, I must take my hat off to your skilled nonsense. To think your magic power can let you neutralize, generate, and synthesize poisons you ingest. I mean, to be fair, it's mostly magic, not really much science, but I get it. It helps when it comes to work. And as then we have, not then we have, how do you say, like I guess doing some generic doctor stuff. Is saying it's like you were born to master the art of medicine and pharmacy. Pretty true. It's a very convenient ability. As if Nazian's also helping him. He's like, I don't know how I awaken this kind of magical power though. Foreshadowing for the future, I guess. As then we have not Andrew saying, I've heard that many fairies have a strong resistance to diseases, but you are a very rare human example. Assuming he's human. Again, the theories about him, I feel like, about Nodgens probably just increased after this chapter. As we have Nodgens just like, wow. I guess he was explaining this kind of compliment. And with have Andrews and be like, but beyond that, you have not just an abundance of knowledge, but curiosity as well. Who was your teacher? As there we have Nausea as well. He's like, doing that weird thing when he doing with hard materials. Like, it was a pharmacist named Ordo who raised me. He sent me out into the world to learn. So I guess at least in Hunter Snow, another more isolated than most kids would be. Then we have Hutchinson saying, "So I have a suggestion for you." Hutchinson says, "Would you be interested in working here at Hendrickson Apothecary? With you around, more people could be saved from illnesses and injuries." Which is true. I mean, that is not his specialty. Is there Nancy's being shocked by this as he looked into him and Henderson is in just response with, "Well, I'm honored by your offer, but I want to help Percival. And well, that would mean continuing to travel with him." I mean, yeah, I guess they got planning to travel, but I feel like there's still gotta be several stages you guys are gonna go before you just gotta go on a big journey. Anyways, they have Andrew saying, "True, he still has his duty as one of the four knights of the apocalypse, but you're not a holy knight." So again, let's bring up and now just I guess remember that part, and oh yeah, that's why I'm not. And then we have Andrew saying, "You'll soon have to make for a dangerous and unknown country, but if you go with him when you're not a holy knight, you'll only hold him back. Understand?" As they have Nazis looking dumb a bit. Yeah, you have a point. Although, to be fair, I feel like there probably will be at least a bit of a training before any of these guys are gonna go, and also, I feel like Nazian's medical skills are something that is required in the battlefield. Like, I'm not sure how this war is gonna play out. If it's gonna be a traditional war, if it's gonna be something special, whatever. Again, I'm also questioning. I also feel like there's probably gonna be a long time before this. But I feel like someone with Nazian's abilities would make far more sense to be on the, well, in the main battle, quickly helping and quickly retreating type of scenario. But we'll see on that front. Anyways, then we got to Donnie's doing, as then we have Donnie saying, "See you around, Grandpa, Grandma. Be sure to tell Uncle when he gets back." As then we see, which, funny enough, this is actually something we should have expected seeing, the fact that Donnie's gonna go greet his family members. I mean, he's been away from Leonis for a while now, so it makes sense that he would go greet them. I mean, maybe not like the first thing, but as things go, I would assume he would probably. But oh yeah, well, we have the rest. We have for I know the rest of the day off, and we are still waiting for our new clothes. So I guess I'm gonna go say hi to my grandparents since I'm already here. So yeah, anyways, then we see Hendrickson's grandfather parents, as we see a more generic old woman looking character, as well as we have like I feel like what a version of Hendrickson if he was older with he has like this Santa Claus beard and a mustache, but Hendrickson's hairstyle. And then we have that him waving back. It's like, "And Donnie, you can always come back here." So yeah. I guess the meeting between the two went smoother. They went with his uncle. So yeah. Actually, I do wonder how did this meeting go. Did he like just knock on the door and then easily recognized him, or did he have to introduce and stuff? But regardless, anyways, as we have Donnie just like whistling to himself, as then we have someone saying, "Hey, you! What the hell were you doing in that house?" As they have Donnie just turning back like a delay, like, "Huh?" As we see that voice of that person is Cheon and Jade. Question: isn't Jade supposed to be jail right now? And then we have Jade saying, "Wait, you?" I guess at least recognized him. As then Chipek, "You still here, outsider?" Yeah. Why wouldn't he be? Like, what the hell is Cheon expecting? He thought he was just, I don't know. We gotta say goodbye. We're leaving. Anyways, then we have Don saying, "The hell are you doing in the morning?" And so we have Chip saying, "Patrol." Should you be locked up in prison or at least in house arrest? I mean, I don't care if you're a holy knight. House arrest is a necessary thing. Anyways, then we have Sean turning to that house that Donnie just left. He's like, "And don't you realize that's the home of a grand holy knight's parents? And besides that, only his parents are living there now." Instead of Chion pointing his staff at at Donnie as Chion's like, "Do you mean to rob that old couple's home?" Wait, what? That's the first thing you think of. This random boy who you have no knowledge on going to those people's house, and you're like, "Oh, he plans to rob them." Like, who in their right mind would try to attack the grandparents of the Grand Holy Night? Like, out of all the people, why would he choose them to rob? Like, isn't those like, wouldn't that, like, wouldn't, I mean, okay, I'm not familiar in your human cultures, but wouldn't the Grand Holy Night's parents be, like the last place you rob? Like, if anything, wouldn't that be the place area you wouldn't even enter just for the sake of not accidentally like bumping into them when you're arriving from some other house? Just saying, makes more sense in having this cut than robbing them. Instead of Don just screaming at me like, is it so wrong for a grandkid to visit his grandma and grandpa's house? So yeah, which I feel like it's because, which is kind of how outraged Donnie is. I feel like he's just embarrassed the fact he has to acknowledge, dude, because he's a delinquent and everything. It's like, dude, I'm just visiting my grandparents. Like, there really shouldn't be anything wrong with it. And then Jian and Jay just look at each other as they're like, grandkid? So yeah. Anyways, then we have Jian, instead of apologizing, kind of reasonable. Oh, sorry, you just mean your grandparents. Understandable. We have Jian just immediately saying to, then you are the one from the rumors, the Grand Holy Knight's house's nephew, Donnie. As he points at Donnie, as then Donnie's like, wait, you know about me? As Donnie's a bit confused, and then we see Jian start to laugh, the arrogant noble character is like, of course we do! It's that famous episode where you couldn't stand the training and ran away after only 1 month, and then came back and now he's running off after just 3 days. So yeah, I guess we get some more information on this stuff. I just assume the fact that Donnie was only trained for 1 month is accurate information. So yeah, and I guess that was kind of like sad. I mean, to be fair, it does make sense. I mean, the nephew of the Grand Knight just kind of went because he didn't want to train more. I mean, it makes sense. But yeah. So also, again, this might be a translation problem with 3 days because like the characters literally addressed in this chapter. They've only been there for a day and a couple of hours at best, like just waking up. I mean, I'm assuming that we are cutting the 2 different points in time periods. Well, like I'm assuming Donnie does take place a bit later in the day because why would they end the conversation with his grandparents after apparently 1 month with like just a few quick "Hey grandparents, oh thank you well not even confirming it was like a dinner, breakfast, just like why how are you like why the hell are you just why would I be so sure? I'm assuming that Donnie's was probably a little like a bit middle of the day. So yeah. Uh, Also, why are they thinking that Donnie's leaving? He just said hi to his grandparents. Like, if anything, saying hi to your grandparents departing the way Donnie did, you'd think it's more like, especially the way he was walking right now, it's more likely that he would just like, alright, maybe I should visit them next week as well. Or something like, not really like, I mean, they're running for the hills. Anyways, then we see, I feel like out of character for Jade, as he starts to kind of be like, come on, Jian, quit it! And he's also kind of starting to laugh with Jian, which is kind of weird because, I mean, alright, not to say Jade's like the most fleshed out character of the Chosen Platoon, like he's definitely the one who's been the least developed. But Jade has, from what we've seen of him, be like the more reasonable one. He's more like the, wait, should we really be attacking them? Are we sure Isol isn't just jumping to conclusion like she usually does? Like, he's more the voice of reason amongst the crew. So yeah, anyways, we have Don a bit embarrassed. He's like looking dumb bit. Anyways, then we have Chion just kind of having this over the top freak out laughter, and like, yeah, your magic power lets you lift stuff off the ground, right? Oh, excuse me, can you do a trick? If you don't mind, I want to see you do a trick right here. Come on, can you do it with this staff? And then Jill says, "Come on, let me see." And then we have Jade being, I guess, again, like what he really should be. It's like, that's enough, so lay off, Jian. And then we have Jian getting like a super smug face. And then we have Donnie just saying to him, "Yeah, it's just like you said. Till now, I always suited myself with getting teased by you guys, by guys like you. They're satisfied." It's kind of laughing it up. It's kind of like grinning, like, "Yeah, good. Great, you got your kicks in. Are you happy now?" Which kind of surprising how mature of a response that is from Donnie. Anyways, then we have Jian just saying, "Huh? What the hell?" It's getting like the super real close up expression. And then we have Jian is being like, "What are you gonna take that pipsqueak person or whatever and vanish from the kingdom while you are still alive?" Alright, Jian, I would like to remind you, maybe you would before this while you were imprisoned, but while you and Jade were just getting your bitch slapped by Jericho, and then just standing there, then carrying a frozen Gila, Donnie was in a battle with two of the Ten Commandments fused together, close by, as well as holding away someone who has a target on her back for an execution. Needless to say, Donnie was in way greater danger, way more of a conflict than you have. Not going to pause here between Megalon and Jericho, but the fact of the matter is, when it comes to the threat level, Megalon was more intimidating than Jericho was. And for God's sake, we see her broth cut during the fight at the end of it. So, yeah, anyways, then we have Jayon also saying, "The thought of Trish and I being put on the same rank as some country hick and his that weight psychic makes me want to." I mean, alright, to be fair, Jian, you may again need to be corrected and need to again correct you, but you are not put in the same league as Percival. You're put in the same tier as Donnie. I mean, let me explain to you. This is very complicated. Here are the four knights: Percival, Tristan, Lancelot, and Gawain. Here are you, Jade, and Donnie. This is the tier you're talking to, so you're below the country hick. Well, you're not even a country hick, the isolated mountain boy. Anyways, there we have Donnie just putting his arm up as he just like lifts Chin up, and then he pulls Jian forward, and then Jade knows like, "Huh?" And then we have this cool shot of Jian being right face to face with Donnie, and then we have Donnie be angry as we have Jade like, "Whoa, wait, doesn't he just make stuff float?" Well, I guess you got terrible information. Also, if this is all just rumors, why the hell did you guys think his power was just float? Like, I mean, telekinesis, when it comes down to it, is like one of the things people usually theorize as well. Like, if anything, it should be theorized like, yeah, maybe he has telekinesis, but he just wastes it on him or something. I mean, hell, haven't you guys encountered Holy Knights from Camelot? Like, I don't see why this would be such a shock. I mean, again, like, I don't really see how someone with telekinesis, when you know, like, really the beginning, like, before even apprentice Holy Knights, would be like doing more just lifting stuff. Maybe like a bit pushing them, but again, I'm not seeing why they were doing that much. And instead of Chia be like, "You're picking a fight with me, a Holy Knight, when you're some halfway who isn't even an apprentice?" I mean, to be fair, Chia, what exactly were you expecting his reaction to do? We're just like expecting him to like just stand there and let you insult him constantly. Like I'm not sure because like what the heck was he thinking it was gonna go? Was he like he's like just thinking of like Diane was gonna walk away? Like I feel like at least someone like I feel like the chance of you encounter someone who wanna punch you rather than just like let you go is far more like or just like walk away is way more likely. So easier have seen this coming. And was there like this kind of, you know, pretty decently cool expression of Donnie's like being a fist ready as Donnie's like, "Listen real good, you angsty seaweed headed bastard. I ain't ever letting anyone make fun of Percival." So yeah, you can insult him, but you're not insulting Percival here. And but here we see Donnie being the bigger man here as he just throws, just lets Chion go down. Which, to be fair, I would actually want to see if what would happen if he did the same thing. If Donnie did the same thing he did to Durant Mark, we just threw him. So I would like to see what would happen there. And I'm guessing Sylph would probably be able to save Chion, but I would like to see it. Yeah, just in case. Anyways, then we have Donnie saying, "That's why I'll always be more than a that way too." I'm assuming Percival. But yeah. Anyways, then we have someone saying, "That's enough, both of you." As then we have Jade and Donnie noticing this. As then we see Guildfounder approaching. As we are having, I'm guessing Jade screaming, "Cardinal Guildfounder!" As then we have Guildfounder being, nicer and more reasonable of the group. It's like as we have Guildfounder saying, "Donnie, it's been a while. You're looking better than I last saw you." As they have just big sub. So yeah, as he's also a bit sweating a bit. So yeah, I'm going to assume Donnie. I mean, to be fair, it does make sense that Donnie would know Guildfounder. Again, it's kind of questionable how much does Donnie know about stuff, because I feel like he's been on the blue more than a few times. But I guess it does make sense. He at least know his uncle's best friend. I wouldn't be surprised if Guildfounder was also with Hendrickson while Hendrickson was training for a month, for a month. So yeah, it was Guildfounder be like, "Anyway, Donnie, His Royal Majesty has summoned you." Which makes me wonder if Guildfounder was actively looking for him, or was he just informed? Oh, by the way, Guildfounder, I need you to go inform Donnie and the rest of the Percival's group to meet me here. Although to be fair, because then they're this close to grandparents, it's possible Guildfounder was like, "Oh, I know his parents' house, so I'm grandparents' house, so maybe I'm going to see if he's there." I mean, it's very likely he would be. So yeah. Yeah, I guess it does make sense. As then we have like, "Huh? Why? Was it something I did?" As if just saying, who knows either way, hurry along. To the audience, your friends will be with you. So yeah, as then we have Dodger saying, "Yes, sir," as he starts going for it. As then we have Dodger himself, "Did I do something wrong?" Dodger, I feel like it should be obvious. I feel like you'll probably be able to point out there was something obvious. Like, the whole Chion situation isn't like you didn't even do shit. Like, you just like lifted him up and put him down. Like, in a way, it would be like saying that Chion did something wrong by insulting you. Which, to be fair, I feel this is something that discouraged for the Knights. And wasn't it actually the whole main problem with the Holy Knights, the behavior that Chion has displayed here in the first season of Seven Sins? So yes, anyways, we have Guildfounder be like, "Chion, what were you doing with Donnie?" Because I mean, again, like, even though I don't know if Guildfounder like heard anything, but I feel like he can pretty much tell. "Alright, Chion, what does it were you up to?" Instead of Chion just kind of bowing, he's like, "We were just making small talk." While screaming out loud how much I don't respect him and view him. And then we have the Guildfounder be like, "I can see your bullshit." As he glares at us, as we have John swearing, it's like, "Oh no," it's like, "It's the truth, father." So yeah, Chion is Guildfounder's son. Now, there has been several questions and wondering, like, how the heck do you get Chion? Like, how? Because, again, Chion's behavior and everything about him is really not, like, I think it's something to say it's similar to how Guildfounder was when he was brainwashed and all, but Chion's behavior is like really weird for someone who's Guildfounder's son. Like, I mean, it's not even like Margaret is like an evil person. Like, both Guildfounder and Margaret are both very nice and good people. So them having this kind of son is like really weird. I mean, there's some people who also think that maybe Chion is Vivian's son that she had with Guildfounder is just, I guess because Guildfounder is such a nice guy, he accepted Chion after Vivian just threw him out. So now he's raising him because he's like is his son. There were some people also saying that Vivian and Chion were trained together. Well, not really trained together. Like the Vivian was connected to Chion, which I could see Chion being trained because he seems to somehow be more of a sorcerer. So I could see Chion like being trained by her. Yeah, it's kind of Captain vague on how the whole thing's kind of went there. But anyways, Chion is Guildfounder's son, and he is disgracing him every time he speaks and shows up. Also, he was in jail yesterday, and I feel like Gelfand is like, boy, you were in jail a few hours ago. Do not act like you're some innocent. So, anyways, then we see all of the Percival group uniting together as they are approaching, going to meet Meliodas. Then we have them all kind of grouping together as they have Donnie be like, "Hey guys, why'd we get summoned?" As they have Donnie just saying, "To be honest, I don't have the slightest idea." As then we have Anne kind of like fixing her hair, kind of like trying to tuck her shirt together to like try to look a bit presentable to the king. Again, like they're wearing like sleeping gowns essentially. I don't like you can't really. You have to look at least somewhat like you have class and style when you're meeting the king. And then we have Anne be like, "What to do? We are about to meet Sir Meliodas." He's kind of blushing, already. And then we have Percival and the bomb just be like, "Oh, I'm still so sleepy." So yeah, I guess Percival didn't get enough bedtime. How unfortunate. He was probably the one who actually got the best sleep. And right there, the annual chapter narrations, we are now saying, "A direct summon from the king. What on earth is happening?" As then we have another saying, while each of them has a conflict, the Percival platoon has first audience where Meliodas waits. So yeah. Anyways, the next we have also the chapter. We get the title for the next chapter to be continued, chapter 83, titled "A Decision to Part." So yeah. Now, with this decision to part in this chapter, it's very clear what people are thinking. This is the where Percival's platoon is gonna kind of like go their ways. Or maybe like this is where Percival's gonna separate, and this is where the four knights, Gawain, Tristan, and Lancelot, and Percival are gonna be like the main. Because let's be real here, for most of the story, like over 80 chapters of it, like most of the four knights of the apocalypse, the title characters haven't even been there. So I do get the whole reason why. So I guess that's the idea people are getting, especially the whole bring up these three are not holy knights. These three are not holy knights, which again, like I really have to question if they really aren't because I mean, okay. Again, we don't know the power levels of everyone, and I don't know if this is something that's gonna be answered in SPSs, which we are still getting from what by the looks of things. But I feel like that at least that the Percival platoon are at the very least, comparable to the Holy Knights, well, to Apprentice Holy Knights. I mean, yeah, Tristan's platoon kind of beat them easily. Although to be fair, you could judge it to more of them being, unprepared and not being as ready as the other three were. And you can still rank them below, but to be fair, I do feel like Tristan's platoon are relatively higher than most other Holy Knights. And for God's sake, I feel like, I feel like helped more against Melagalan than some of the other actual Holy Knights members have. So yeah. Now I do have to, again, I do, other people are saying this is gonna be the part where they're gonna split up and, they're getting Holy Knight training. But the thing is, Percival also doesn't have Holy Knight training. Like, when it comes down to it, like, alright, Tristan has training, Lancelot may not have Holy Knight training, but he still has training. Although, actually, I think he also does have training for Holy Knight, just it was like cut halfway. It's just, it's not the main source of his power. Gawain is unknown, as well as Percival is known not to have any training. It's more like a on the battle kind of thing, but still, I don't really see that big of like a problem with, oh, you guys are Holy Knights, so you guys cannot like be trained or something. Oh, to be fair, it's also weird just kind of being misdirected. Like, the whole decision to part could just be like, I don't like referencing, alright, we are thinking about going, like, training arc, and we may need to, like, have you guys be, do you want to go as well on that or something? Like, I do not see why these guys would think it's the best course scenario right now to go like, let's invade Camelot. I mean, they've seen the power gap, and again, like, I feel like they've seen enough of the Camelot to a point they know we can't just attack right now. I mean, maybe because the like Gopher, Bay, Bond, the and King are going. Maybe that's the reason why they're like, oh, they're going all there, so we should go there as well, so we can like group together. But again, like I don't see it. And again, I feel like Donnie, Nauseons, and Anne would still be useful, like after battles interrogation by Anne, nausea. Oh, well, and knowing when they're telling the truth, when they're lying. Nausea's healing process would help them. Like, I mean, we see literally how they would help in a battle, and Don's, telekinesis is pretty useful. I mean, maybe, Don seemed like a pretty, durable type of character to fight. So I don't really see, like, how with a bunch of random One Knights, like Talisker, for example, would they be able to do. Hell, if Don had that level of techniques he has right now, I wouldn't be surprised if he just grabbed Talisker and, like, just flung him down and then, like, kind of going boom, boom, boom. So, yeah. But, yeah, regardless, that's the end of the chapter. I guess the next chapter is gonna be more of a finally we're getting that like what everyone's doing and thinking. Although I do wonder if Gawain's gonna be there because I think all the four knights are supposed to be meeting, but I don't see why Gawain would like get out of her room. Or it could just be one of those things where she's still like the way she is. She's just like but secret she's screaming and crying and in her bed. So yeah, we'll see that front. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.